honest humans and everything in between. Today we don't have an intro because I'll say this in another video later, but I'm not really satisfied with the intro and outro I have right now, so I'm taking suggestions on what to do for those. So today, I'm going to show you a remaster of a dream I had a year ago from today. Not exactly, but it's a rough estimate. Some of these things did not actually happen. Why did I say didn't? I meant did not actually happen in the original dream. Hence it's called a remaster and not a recreation. I might do recreations later, but for now I'm sticking to remasters because I have very boring dreams and you would not be entertained otherwise. First of all though, I would thank everybody who subscribed to my channel. Whether you are just a passerby who happened to find something you enjoy or you genuinely support me, your pitching in really helped me along the way, and you have therefore encouraged me to make more videos. So here's how the dream starts. The dream starts around the time when me and my brother are watching the Truman Show. But here's the thing, Truman doesn't say his original line. No, he says a slightly edited line. It goes like this: good evening, good afternoon, and good morrow. And then there's G-Man, who doesn't really appreciate Truman doing that. By the way, from now on, every time you see this figure, it's me, and every time you see this figure, it's my brother. So I'm telling my brother that I don't like the ending of the Truman Show, and then my brother says that the ending was only bland because Christoph didn't die from a heart attack. Seriously though, if they ever remake the Truman Show, just know I will not support it if they do not make Christoph die from a heart attack. So, meanwhile, we're at a cemetery of some sort. I don't know, maybe it's a cemetery, maybe it's the afterlife. Anyway, this is Steve Jobs. He is dead, I think. And then some random dude, which I do not know, just resurrects him. Boo for him. And as you can see, resurrecting Steve Jobs is the worst decision this guy will make in his life, because it turns out Steve Jobs is evil and he wants to take over the world. And for some reason he learned Gen Alpha slang. And then I meet Steve Jobs and I'm like, oh, I'm FHHC, it's Steve Jobs, I have so many questions. And then Steve Jobs is like, I don't care, I am evil and I have plans to usurp Elon Musk, and for my plan to reach phase 3, I will now have to make a crappy corporate propaganda remaster of the Truman Show, except it's in real life. But first, we need to kidnap Carrie's biological son, as well as... And then I'm trying to tell Steve Jobs that A, he didn't answer my question yet, and B, he is taking this too far. And C, I think he's more handsome than Elon Musk. Doesn't everybody? Well, we can all have our own opinions, right? I clearly added this scene because this never happened in the original dream. So here's my best Darth Vader impression.
Son, I am your stepfather.
And then I'm like, who is that? Never heard of him. And then there's just a random scene where me, my brother, G-Man, Steve Vader, the guy who resurrected Steve Vader, and a random person that I do not know, all just strolling down the road, going towards the Burbank from the Truman Show. But it's not just the Burbank from the Truman Show. No, it has the Apple logo stamped on it. But not just any Apple logo. It's the original Apple logo. You know, the one with the 5 colors. And then like we're all talking and stuff. And suddenly this happens. As you can see, G-Man is pretty pissed by this. So like he promised all the way back in slide 9, he explodes the planet. And that's it. That's the end of the dream. I know, right? It's a very boring dream, and even with my new additions, it sucks. I suggest that you do not have dreams like this. I rate it 3 out of 10.